1 week after Israel's airstrike on the Gaza Strip, Gaza is in turmoil and Palestinians are outraged.
They are hitting us, normal people, with F-16 planes. A person who does that is not a human being.
Last Sunday, Israeli-borne planes retaliated for rocket fire from the Gaza Strip, pounding dozens of security compounds across the Hamas-ruled territory and killing more than 200 and wounding nearly 400. Palestinian Authority Prime Minister Salam Fayyad reacts.
أؤكد على أن خيار المقاومة بكافة أشكالها يجب أن يكون سيد الموقف في حماية الشعب الفلسطيني والرد على هذا العدوان.
Israeli Minister of Foreign Affairs Tzipi Livni defends Israel's actions.
This is the translation of the right of Israel to defend itself, that there is no other alternative, and we are doing what we need to do in order to defend our citizens.
On December 19th, Hamas ended its ceasefire with Israel and began to fire rockets at its southern cities. In response, Israel launched a major airstrike.
7 of us were sleeping in a room when we heard the explosion. The walls collapsed around us. It took 2 hours to get help, but my sisters did not make it. It was too late.
Palestinian National Authority President Mahmoud Abbas calls on Hamas to end hostilities. The tension began in summer 2005 when Israel disengaged from the Gaza Strip.
خروجنا من غزة ونقل السيادة الفلسطينيين يحتم عليهم فرض النظام والقانون ومنع الإرهاب. هذا هو الامتحان الحقيقي الذي يقفون أمامه.
But following the election of Hamas in early 2006, then Prime Minister Ehud Olmert cut aid to the Palestinian Authority.
מיד לאחר הבחירות ברשות הפלסטינית, עם סיום כהונתה של ממשלת המעבר, ישראל מפסיקה לאלתר להעביר כספים לרשות הפלסטינית.
Hamas legislator Mushir al-Masri reacts.
الإسرائيلي فقط يتعامل مع شعبنا الفلسطيني بلغة واحدة عودنا عليها دوما وهي لغة الإجرام والإرهاب.
In June, Israel launched Operation Summer Rain in response to the capture of Corporal Gilad Shalit by Palestinian militants during the Second Lebanon War. Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Danny Gillerman, explains why Shalit is so important to Israel.
And we call on every world leader who wants this region to be peaceful to do everything they can to impress on President Abbas and the Palestinian Authority the importance of having this soldier released immediately.
But the tension did not abate. In May 2007, Gaza continued to attack Israel with Qassam rockets. Hamas militants took over Gaza in June. Hamas is considered a terrorist organization by the United States and the European Union. Nevertheless, after the Hamas victory, Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice announced the United States' commitment to serving Gaza's humanitarian needs while Livni defended Israel's offensive.
The innocent Palestinians in Gaza, and indeed will make every effort to deal with their humanitarian needs.
Gaza Strip is a hostile territory, and the meaning is that even though when it comes to the humanitarian needs we have our own responsibility, on the other hand, all the needs which are more than the humanitarian needs will not be supplied by Israel to Gaza Strip.
United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees spokesman Christopher Gunnis says the blockade has complicated humanitarian efforts.
Well, Gaza is completely locked up, it's completely closed down. None of our humanitarian goods or workers can get in or out. I would say that this can only make a dire humanitarian situation even worse.
Now, the fighting on the border intensifies. Much of Gaza's infrastructure is damaged and food shortages torment civilians. Likewise, Israel's streets remain deserted because of the high level of fear. And as clashes persist in East Jerusalem, tension continues to run high as ever, and the war goes on.